See, he made it funny there. That was funny, ha! You guys like funny? Yeah? You like when people make it funny with you? Yes. I make fun. I make funny with you. That's how I get ready for my audition or my job in the studio. I do the character from The Hangover. You know what I'm saying? That's it, you know? That's it. He swear more than I talk right now. I'm talking, but I'm not swearing. But you are idiots. You all owe me money. You pay me the money now, and then I'm happy.
All right, got a question in the front row.
What's your all's fangirl experience?
Could you repeat that, please?
What's your all's fangirl experience?
Weirdest fangirl experience?
Yeah.
Under 18.
Yes, under 18. Not your under 18 experience, your under 18 panel. So keep the experience clean.
I don't have, what?
Well, look at the kids talking about their experience. Thanks, Jeff.
Apparently my butt was touched yesterday. I don't remember this. Are you sure it was me?
I would think all butts look the same to you as they're coming by.
He's like, that was someone else pretending to be me. You have to be careful about that. Don't just touch anyone's butt. I have a really high threshold for what most people think of as weird, so I'm not easily weirded out. I mean, you know, short unless you like show up in my autograph line and give me like, you know, the mason jar with your tail in it that you were born with and it was removed. Like, I'm like, that would be weird. No one's actually done that yet. I would still find that awesome, but it would be weird because when you say that, you're like, wow, thanks, I'm just gonna put that right over here with my other.
You put that in a pot with some water, you got a stew.
That's how you survive the voice actor. Off of the juices of your fat.
I haven't had anything terribly weird that I think of as being weird, to be honest. I have had one thing that was a little alarming, and I won't go into detail about it because I don't necessarily want this person to...
It's still in litigation, so you can...
But all I'm going to say, but I will say as a warning to any of you fangirls or fanboys that come up and meet us, don't ever pretend to be something you're not to try to impress us, because it's a bad move. And it's not, I mean, not that I'm insulted by that person per se, but you can end up kind of getting yourself into a situation, as this one person did, that got them ejected from the con, which was not fun for anybody. So that was a weird experience, just because I'm like, I've never met anyone that would go to such lengths to masquerade as something that they weren't in order to get close to us or whatever, which was just strange to me. I would never do it. I'm amazed that people wait in line for my autograph. I know me, I wouldn't wait for me for 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, he's a jerk, no, whatever. So yeah, but on the whole, everyone's really nice. I'm always impressed by how talented a lot of the fans are, and they give you drawings or things they've made, and I'm like, oh my god, this is really, all I do is I'm in a padded room making voices all day, which chances are I'd be doing anyway, even if it wasn't a career, because and a lot of fans are just really talented people, and I'm just blown away by that they show me the effort. So I'm very rarely weirded out by it. Actually, okay, hang on. I do have one story that's kind of funny, and I do have to say one bad word in it for the effect. So I'm very sorry, but I don't know you, so it's not my problem. Cover your ears. But I was in a really big convention in Baltimore called Otakon, and it was the weekend we were premiering Italia, which was already stressful enough because that was a week we're like, oh my god, there's going to be like 1 million people here to watch Italia. And
that's where we had the fire drill, right?
That's where we had the fire drill, yes indeed. There was a fire drill as we were trying to premiere it. That was crazy, but that whole other story. But I was already there to premiere Italia, which we were crazy nervous about because the show has such a huge following. We thought, oh my god, I hope they like the dub, because if they don't, we're dead. We're dead, they're going to rush the stage and like burn us alive. You know, because you know, every actor thinks that when you're premiering something. But at the same weekend, they announced the cast of Black Butler, which I had just been announced as Sebastian. And like, I got told this after I was at the con, and I told Funimation, like, you've killed me. You've killed me. Why did you announce both of these? But it was cool. Everyone was really nice. The last day of autograph signings, I was there, and this little girl comes through my line with a black leather wall scroll, and she is tiny. She's like maybe 8 years old, and she's adorably dressed as CL, and she's got her mom with her, and her mom is just very, she's a great Cont mom. You just tell she's got a little outfit on. She's totally supporting her daughter, and her daughter is so organized. She has the wall scroll. She has a paint pen. She has a piece of paper with like beautifully handwritten message on it that she wants me to recreate on the wall scroll, and she's just babbling on in the cutest, highest pitched voice about, oh my God, when I knew you were going to be Sebastian, I was just loving it. I was hoping you would be Sebastian because it's my favorite show ever, and oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Goes on, I'm like, oh, that's really, really sweet. And I'm kind of busy, writing her thing out, and she's like, oh my God, yes, my favorite show ever, and I'm so happy that when they announced you, I was like, oh my God, you'd be perfect for this. Don't fuck it up. The best part of that exchange is looking up to her and seeing her mom go, don't, because I'll, it's crazy. That's like the strangest thing that's happened. It's happening in like Hooks Police Academy boys. Like, stand here, like, I'm like, oh God. I took that with me every day into the booth when we were recording. I remember that little girl. Don't do it, don't F it up, Tatum, don't F it up. Oh, sure, now you say F it up. I put a disclaimer up there.
I will say in X-Men First Class, which is a PG-13 movie, Wolverine did get the one F-bomb in that movie, and that wasn't under 18. Yeah, you get one per...
If you're over 13.
No, PG-13 means parental guidance only for suggested at 13. Yeah, I mean...
I have a parent right here, want to check the guidance?
There we go, I mean, yeah. Who's next?
Wow, all right, we'll go right here.
Wow. Jake just took the entire question.
What made you guys decide to be voice actors?
J. Michael Tatum.
I wanted to be juicy too.
As a kid, I used to watch a lot of television, as we all knew I did. And I was fascinated by impressionists. And at the time, back then, there were 4 big impressionists: Rich Little, Fred Travalena, Frank Gorshin, and John Barnard. And these guys did impressions of everybody. And so I would do impressions of their impressions. And that's how I did my voice acting, really, from a very young age, And then I went on to follow Saturday Night Live. Big fan of Dana Carvey's impressions, and but yeah, I would also go around mimicking people in my family, and eventually down the line, I just once I got out of college, I saw that there were ads for voiceover workshops, and I thought, maybe we could meld the two together, because I wasn't doing stand-up like some of these good impressionists were. And I got in there and I found out that there was more to it than just doing funny voices, just doing characters. You actually can use your own voice and do commercial work, and have to be able to be flexible and directable and not say the F-bomb once in a while. Okay, I'm tired of me now.
That was an awesome answer! Yeah! Actually, I was just trying to steal the energy from my answer. It's funny is that I never really wanted to be a voice actor, and I didn't know that I didn't really know that was a field that you could go into. I wanted to be an on-camera actor since I was 7, and by the time I was 12, I was answering the phone going, hello. And the people at the other end would go, hi, they'd start selling me things thinking I was the man of the house. And then people start telling you have a great voice, and I don't hear it because it's in me, and I hear it every day. And then finally, after not getting a lot of on-camera acting work, other opportunities came up with doing like 1-900 commercials when they were big. Wade, you probably have no idea what that is. Yeah, you do. Oh, you they had the 976 numbers and 900 numbers, and they would put on commercials. So, I think the first one I did was actually it was on camera, but then I also did voiceover things for it, which was 1-900 Scream, and it was for Halloween to get you kids to call up to listen to a scary story and pay $5 in the phone bill. And then I took a class with Louise Chems. Is it? That doesn't ring a bell? She used to, for years, advertise drama line. I know, sorry. She wanted to work on character voices, and that was fun. And she's like, "There's more. You make more money." She was all about making money. She's like, "There's more money in character voices. You want to be character voices." And so she goes, "You don't want to be an announcer. Announcers don't make any money." And then, ironically, the most money I ever made was as an announcer on just a tag spot on a commercial. But she's still a lovely lady. Anyway, very random, strange answer. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Interesting. I didn't set out to be a voice actor either. I wanted to be an actor when I was very young, and the reason for that was because from until about age 8 or 9, I had a debilitating stutter, and yeah, I spoke very seldom, in fact, and I spoke so little that I used to walk around with a pad that I wrote on all the time because I just couldn't communicate. I know, all right, whatever. I know I've been kind of making up for the lost time ever since. But I mean, but you know, I had this really great speech therapist who you know, also had contacts and experience in theater and music and that sort of thing, which is very common. And we found, as we progressed in my therapy, that the stutter tended to disappear if I was reading from something. So I read aloud, I recited all the time, I would do voices just to kind of, you know, mix it up occasionally. And so she, you know, encouraged me to do things for like a local theater group and with school, and so I just got into theater that way, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I'm a very kind of reclusive guy, really, on my own. You know, I just sort of, I'm kind of a nobody. I mean, I'm like a non-entity, but when I am on stage or when I am a role, I kind of embrace it, and that just comes from kind of learning how to have a voice at all when I was a kid. And so when I was given the chance to become a voice actor, because I auditioned for Funimation when I was 28 years old, and I did so because the truth is I had been an actor for a very long time and decided not to pursue it once I got out of school. I was like, oh, I just don't want to, you know, it's not that I wasn't in love with it anymore, I just felt it was just too, takes a very courageous person to pursue a kind of career like that, and I'm not a very courageous person, and so I just, well, that was fun and I'll love it, and I'm going to do something very normal 9 to 5 to pay the bills. And I did for quite a while, and then a friend of mine, Chris Bevins, who worked at Funimation, just said, hey, why don't you come and audition for this? And I had to be persuaded to do it because I didn't want to. And, you know, but I did, and I'm glad I listened to him, and that's kind of what I've done ever since. It kind of found me.